if I told you that the best online marketing medium that you could use to grow your business, it's not Facebook, it's not Google, it's not YouTube, it's not X, it's not even email. It is something offline, weirdly enough. I'm talking, of course, about direct mail. So see this postcard right here? This was sent with a service called Postpilot, which is something I have used a lot for the e-commerce brands that I work with. I started experimenting with this software a few years ago, and it is absolutely bonkers because what it does is it syncs with your email list, with your customer database, with your Shopify store, and you are able to create segmented direct mail campaigns for retention, and also they have acquisition as well. So you could use direct mail campaigns to attract new customers into your business, and it is crazy how good it works. Just how crazy? Well, here's the deal. The first time I ever did one of these, I was working with Carnivore Snacks, which is the brand that sent this one right here. I mocked up some copy for it. We sent it out, and I texted Mark, who, is the co-founder of Carnivore Snacks. I said, hey, how'd that direct mail campaign do? And he said, oh, we had a 43x ROAS. And I was like, is that a typo? As I was like, normally if you're advertising on Facebook or Google or wherever, most people are trying to hit like a 2x, a 3x, a 4x. If you're getting a 5x ROAS, it's incredible. I mean, I've even gotten some clients with ads up to a 10x, a 13x, a 20x if they have a really high average order value product. So to get a 43x ROAS, meaning we spent $1 on postcards and got back $43 worth of sales. And we didn't just spend $1. That's just the ratio, right? I was like blown away. I was like, how does this work? It turns out that even though everyone's so focused with online strategies, as you should be, because that's where a lot of attention is, the direct mail stuff still works well. And I think it's probably working better than ever before, because nowadays, with everyone so focused online, with all marketers and brands and everyone turning their attention to optimizing their online campaigns as much as humanly possible, the physical mailbox, the one that's hanging by your front door, is usually empty, or there's usually junk, or there's usually never anything exciting. So if they see an exciting postcard with an exciting offer from your brand, they get acted on. It's crazy how well it works. Another company I was working with, I used to be the CMO of Perennial Pastures Ranch. They're a regenerative cattle ranch out in San Diego area, California. Obviously with that company, we sell cow shares, full cow, half cow, quarter cow, eighth cow, starter shares, and then other just boxes of bulk meat. Really good stuff, really high quality stuff. Awesome company, awesome brand. So we, as I was growing that company, one of the main strategies that I wanted to use was Postpilot, because I knew how to work for Carnivore Snacks. I said, let's try it here too. So we sent out a postcard, and the lowest return on ad spend, the lowest ROAS, the lowest ROI we got was 11.2x, which that was the lowest. That was the worst campaign, which is crazy, because that means, again, you spend $1 on postcards, you're getting back $11.20. Now, obviously, brands have different contribution margins, but oftentimes, with Facebook or with some other front-end advertising sources, you might have to spend all of your contribution margin to acquire a customer. Maybe you can be first order profitable. If you can, that's really, really awesome, but not every brand can necessarily do that. So the fact that you can get a major return on your spend, on your marketing dollars, it's awesome. It just blows everything wide open. And I'm going to go over a few strategies that I've used with some of my clients that's going to help you profit using Postpilot if you're an e-commerce store, and just using direct mail in general. Obviously, depending on what you sell, this can be adapted, but I'm going to kind of focus on the examples that I've done for the clients that I've worked with. So anyway, so that first, like I said, that worst campaign was 11.2x. The highest campaign that I had done had a 279x return, which means we put $1 in, we got $279 back. Where are you going to get that? You're going to get that on Facebook? I don't think so. You can be the best Facebook advertiser in the world. You're not going to get that, right? It's not going to happen. So how do we do this? How do we actually get into this? Well, the key with direct mail is that it comes down to segmentation. It comes down to segmenting your list. So there's a lot of different segments that you could use. One of the easiest things that you could do is going after customers who have bought once and never bought again. So a win-back campaign, right? They bought, maybe 3 months goes by, 6 months goes by, 9 months goes by, a year goes by, even 2 years goes by, and they still haven't placed another order. Maybe they're not even responding to your emails anymore. You can send those people postcards with an offer and re-engage them. And you might think that those people are dead just because they're not reading emails. Not necessarily. A lot of those people can be reactivated. And all you have to do is send a postcard with an offer. It could be a discount. It could be a gift with purchase. You have some flexibility there. But just give them some kind of offer to get them to buy. And once they buy, you can reset a large amount of them. You can reset their life cycle so they become regular customers again. Another one you could do is abandoned carts. Now, what's really crazy is that these actually work. So someone adds an item to their cart online. Maybe you're hitting them with retargeting ads. You're hitting them with cart abandonment emails. Maybe you're even doing cart abandonment SMSs, which are also a very good strategy, which I've used very successfully with a lot of clients. And maybe those people still haven't bought. Obviously, you're probably pulling in some buyers as people go down that sequence. But what about all those people who didn't respond to the emails and didn't respond to the SMS and still didn't buy? Guess what? You could send those people and only those people postcards to get them to complete their cart, and these convert. Another thing you do is called Site Match. Site Match is a tool that could use some identity resolution strategies to match a certain number of those IPs with physical mailing addresses and send the people who hit your site, did not buy, you could send them a postcard with an offer, and you can convert people that way, which means they'll now get onto your list and they can get into your other email flows and SMS flows, and also even for the postcard flows that you have set up as well. You could also do list match, which means you could send a postcard to all of the people who are on your email list who have never bought. So maybe they're reading your emails, maybe they're not, maybe they've never bought before. You can target those people with an offer. You could send postcards to the people who have unsubscribed, right? So the people who said, I don't want your emails anymore, cool, send them a postcard. They might actually still buy from you. We've had that happen before. You could also do replenishment reminders. So if you have a consumable product, maybe it's a supplement with a 30-day supply, or something like carnivore snacks where, someone eats through a bag and they're done. It's like, well, now you should order some more. You could send those postcards out based on the average time to reorder. And so people don't reorder through your other marketing methods online. You could hit them with a postcard and convert people that way. You could also send VIP offers. So you could segment people on your list who have a very high customer lifetime value. Maybe they bought a number of times and spent a lot of money with you. You could give them an extra special reward for being loyal, and those people tend to buy more so than everyone else anyway, so there's a good chance that you're going to make sales that way. There's also a whole slew of acquisition methods that you could use, where you could use lookalike audiences. To what they'll do is they'll take your existing customer list and they'll cross-reference it with other lists, and then you can get those addresses and you can send to those people who might have never even heard of you before, and you could send them an offer and convert them and bring them into your customer database once they become a customer. You could do life match, which means if you sell like baby clothes or something for new mothers, those life events, there's a lot of data. Most online companies have data on those things, on big life events, big changes, things like that. If someone moves, right, all different types of life events, there's tons of publicly available data. You could send postcards, depending on if it makes sense for your brand, to those segments of people and acquire them that way. One really cool acquisition campaign that we did was when I was at Perennial Pastures. We were in 14 different farmers markets, and a lot of those people were buying with our Shopify point of sale terminal. Now, this one can be a little bit tricky. You're not going to be able to match every single person, obviously, but those people who are buying point of sale usually don't automatically get kicked over to your Klaviyo email list. So what we decided to do was we tried to match as many of those people as we could. People who were buying from us from farmers markets, but maybe didn't even know that we had a website, but they were buying in person. We were able to send them postcards. They would become customers. They would get onto our list, and then we would capture that information, and then we would be able to market to them with email and SMS and retargeting and everything else, which helped us grow our email list and obviously make more sales. You could even do Black Friday campaigns. That's what this one is now. So if you have a big Black Friday sale, everyone always says, how do I stand out in the inbox? How do I make sure my emails don't get lost? Well, you could just put your offer in their postcard. You could put your offer in their mailbox. You could drop it right in there. And what's cool about these things, what's cool about postcards, what people don't realize is that these like live in your home. They occupy physical real estate. Like, I'm going to put this on my desk and something has to happen to it. I'm either going to have to get up and go throw it in the trash can, or it's going to stay here until I decide what to do with it. And I've done this with companies. Even before I was doing Postpilot, I'd get a piece of direct mail or I'd get a catalog and I'd say, I want to look at this later, so let me just leave it right here and be sitting on the desk. So it actually it's an ad that just lives in your prospect's home for sometimes weeks on end until it finally gets acted upon. So, with everything online, it could be so fleeting, and ad costs are rising. Facebook's going up every year. Amazon costs are going up every year. Google ad prices are going up every year. There's still arbitrages out there. Obviously, there always will be something new online, but online just keeps getting more and more competitive, and the physical mailbox remains pretty untouched, which is kind of nice. It is one of the oldest direct marketing mediums, but the way that things have gone over the last few decades, it's become kind of unpopular, so there is an arbitrage there. Postcards are super cheap, the return is super high, and they're really easy. Postpilot does 95% of this work for you. They'll design the cards, they'll help you craft the offers, they'll help you create the segments, they'll set up the campaigns, and all these campaigns can be set up as automations where they can print one card at a time. So if you don't have millions of people going through your funnel every single month, it's okay, right? Because they can, if someone adds something to a card, they can print one card at a time and send it out that day or within whatever the sending window is. So it's super powerful. It's like having Klaviyo for direct mail. You're able to set up these automations. You can do a lot of one-off campaigns, obviously, specific times throughout the year, but you could set these things up as automations that run in tandem with your email and your SMS. So it's like the triple threat for retention. Like email, I think, is obviously king. SMS is really, really powerful too. Once you have that stuff in place, adding in the direct mail, it's like gas on the fire, and it's going to convert all of those people who aren't responding to those cheaper mediums like email and SMS. So if you want to give Postpilot a try, I have a link below this video. You can get a discount on your membership, and there might even be some other incentives depending on your mailing volume. So click my link below. If you use my link, like I said, you get a big discount. If you need help with direct mail for your e-commerce brand, hit me up and go make some money.